And most people's pleasure is seeing the clouds, and after that's gone, that's your high. It's your high. There is no more. That's your high. It's your high. There's no more. There's no more. Look at the
Good morning, everybody. How's it going? Welcome to Slow News Day Morning Edition. My name is Steve-Poikonen, hanging out here in Central California. Hope you're doing well. Happy New Year to everyone who wasn't with us yesterday for the show with Vanessa Beeley. If you missed that, make sure you get it in you. Lots to talk about today, lots to get through. Holy crap, it's insurrection week and people have lost their flipping minds. What's left of it anyway, and there wasn't that much to begin with. Let's be perfectly honest. Let me run through the business real quick and thank everybody for hanging out, being here, and being a part of it wherever you are, wherever you're watching from. Good to see you. That QR code that you see up in the corner of the screen, that belongs to Matrix Bars. I say accurate things about the chocolate bars that they make, and they occasionally send me some. It's a lovely relationship. You can get your very own psilocybin mushroom chocolate bars by hitting them up on Twitter or Instagram at Matrix Genetics, MatrixGenetics, or scan the QR code. White Rabbit will show up, hang out, talk at you, and figure it out. We got t-shirts and they're badass, and you can get them at Truth Revolution Clothing. It's Nathan Stoplin and his lovely wife Kate. Pull that up here real quick. You can find them at truthclothing.io. You can go directly to the link, truthclothing.io/collections/slownewsday. Man, the dog is on one this morning, you guys. We went out. It's fucking freezing. It is freezing outside. Freezing. Like layer of frost on people's vehicles and roofs. And my dumbass is out here walking this dog for like 2 miles at 5 o'clock in the morning. Anywho, let's jump right into it. Big thanks to everybody who helped make the my freaking truck got holocausted fundraiser happen. Love the hell out of you guys. I'm shocked, I'm humbled, and you're fucking awesome. Thank you. Regular donate links are up and working. I had my earbuds all the way tangled, and I can't really play clips until I get them fixed because it'll echo back into the mic and you guys will yell at me. It'll be my fault, and I don't want that to happen. So I can't pronounce Stolpman. I can't. I know. You're really bad with that sometimes. I try. I have a fucked up last name. I try to pronounce names right. I do. I try to be considerate. Let's see. Let's jump right into some wild shit. Really. This is out of Greenwald's Substack. Because I haven't really seen it reported anywhere else. This is in light of the fact that the powers that be would like to murder journalism along with critical thinking and the entire Bill of Rights. NBC brought on Frank Figliuzzi to talk about how important it is to get an award-winning journalist and publisher from Australia with an outlet in Iceland to the United States so that we could use his case as a test subject on how to entirely destroy the free press and investigative journalism. Let's jump in. Two of the television outlets on which American liberals rely most for their news, NBC and CNN, have spent the last 6 years hiring a virtual army of former CIA operatives, FBI officials, NSA spies, Pentagon chiefs, and DOJ prosecutors to work in their newsrooms. Multiple ways in which journalism is fundamentally corrupted by the spectacle are all vividly illustrated by a new article from NBC News that urges the prosecution and extradition of Julian Assange, claiming the WikiLeaks founder, once on U.S. soil, will finally provide the long elusive proof that Donald Trump criminally conspired with Russia. That's right. Russiagate, not dead, in the mind of Frankie Figs. Article is written by former FBI assistant director and current NBC News employee Frank Figliuzzi, who played a central role during the Obama years in the FBI's attempt to investigate and criminalize Assange, a rather relevant fact concealed by NBC when publishing this. But this is how the U.S. security state agents now directly control corporate news. What are you? Oh, you're just that. Okay. That's just a screenshot. We know about the history of the CIA and the media. You guys do because you watch the show. Yeah, 1977 is where Glenn is drawing from for that. Let's go to 96, maybe. Senate Intelligence Committee issued a lengthy report entitled CIA's Use of Journalists and Clergy in Intelligence Operations after House of Representatives took a vote on the subject as to the prohibition of use of journalists and others by the CIA. In 2008, David Barstow won a Pulitzer Prize for exposing the Pentagon's secret plot to disseminate Defense Department talking points by placing former officials as analysts at each news network who in secret coordinated their claims. They would only have to wait 4 years, you guys, until the Smith Modernization Act was passed, put into the National Defense Authorization Act. That was, again, signed into law by Barack Black Jesus Obama, which allowed for the complete legalization of propaganda and the eliminated any of the legal argy-bargy that would have gotten in the way of the Pentagon's secret plot to disseminate Defense Department talking points by placing former officials as analysts. They cut that legal loophole out by legalizing the Smith Modernization Act. So, revealing that many of the top security state officials over the last 2 decades have been hired to deliver news from these two major corporate networks. Former CIA Director John Brennan, former National Director of National Intelligence James Clapper. It's CNN. Frankie Figs here, obviously, NBC. Homeland Security Advisor Fran Townsend, CNN. Disgraced former FBI Director Andrew McCabe, also at CNN, NSA and CIA Director Michael Hayden at CNN. Favorite guest on HBO's Real Time with Bill Maher. I mean, it's a fucking spook factory pretty much everywhere on cable news. Career path to deep state, from deep state to NBC and CNN. It's now so common. Those who are fired in disgrace or resign immediately show up on their payroll. As but one illustrative example, on February 2nd, 2018, FBI official Josh Campbell wrote a self-serving op-ed in the New York Times, flamboyantly announcing his resignation over alleged interference by Trump officials. 2 days later, CNN announced it had hired Campbell as a law enforcement analyst, where he continues to report the news. You know, all of this is a warm up, really, essentially, to get to the bulk of Frankie Figs's is. Peace on Julian Assange. Sorry, I just needed to fucking take a drag of a little smoke there. Sip some coffee. There's a lot. Latest NBC News article on Assange by former FBI Assistant Director Fig Louisi features all of these corrupt dynamics. MSNBC has been repeatedly promoting it. That's remarkable on its own. A so-called news outlet is cheering, indeed salivating, over the Biden administration's attempt to criminalize Assange under espionage laws for the Senate reporting genuine documents showing all sorts of improper conduct by the agencies whose former operatives now staff that network. Given press freedom groups in the West have uniformly condemned the prosecution of Assange as a grave threat to the free press, it is stunning to watch a corporation that claims to be in the news business cheering it rather than denouncing it. But for the U.S. media, it's just ordinary corruption and subservience to the CIA. It's hardly rare to find journalists giddy over the prospect of Assange's ongoing imprisonment. Wow. What makes this new article particularly noticeable? Try that again. What makes this new article particularly notable is that the FBI, when Fig Louisi was a senior official there, was directly involved in the attempt to investigate, frame, and prosecute Assange. Yet the article, while identifying its analyst as the Assistant Director for Counterintelligence of the FBI, where he served 25 years as a special agent and directed all espionage investigations across the government, makes no mention of his direct personal interest in the Assange prosecution. The primary claim of the article is an unhinged conspiracy theory. Assertion being that extraditing Assange onto U.S. soil could endanger Donald Trump. Donald Trump. Now, hang on, because here's the thing. Trump is never going to jail for any of this shit, least of all something as made up as Russiagate. This is an FBI assistant director who would have extensive knowledge on how to manipulate opinion through the media using his paid position at NBC in that fed to talking head pipeline to just ratchet up some nonsense, emotional, knee-jerk reaction from the fucking shit libs that still watch NBC and CNN. Listen to this crap. If the Department of Justice plays its cards right, it can make the case precisely about those Russian government hacks and WikiLeaks' dissemination of the content of those hacks by offering Assange a deal to Assange in return for what he knows. Bullshit. Bullshit. He knows that's wrong. You know that's wrong. You know that's wrong because you know the charges against Julian Assange go back to the Manning leaks and the 2010 and 2011 releases of them. Cablegate, Gitmo files, Iraq warlocks. They couldn't introduce collateral murder into it because it disclosed rules of engagement. No. It showed U.S. Army soldiers wantonly massacring civilians and using brutal video game commentary in order to detach themselves from the fucking war crimes they were committing. That's why it's not in the fucking... Anyway, that's what should worry Trump and his allies. Assange may be able to close the gap between collusion and criminal conspiracy. Fuck this guy. Assange got the Democratic National Committee data dump from an entity long suspected to be a front for the GRU. So look, even in that sentence, there's not a shred of evidence. There is nothing to assert or back up those claims. In fact, $40-some million, the entire Mueller investigation, Senate committee investigation, nonstop scrutiny has never once produced a single verifiable fact there was any collusion whatsoever between WikiLeaks and any state actor or intelligence servants acting on behalf of a state actor. Nah, B. The DNC data dump, that's Seth Rich. That's domestic, buddy. Okay, so Greenwald's saying that too. Yeah, saying that too. This is great. This is great. In a recent article. Oh no, it's not that Jude. Yeah. They were singing Siggy's praises as recently as early last year, talking about how it was his testimony that was going to bury Julian Assange, prove that he was a hacker and all that kind of shit. And of course, we know that Siggy Sigurdsson is a convicted pedophile and a sociopath and an embezzler and has done multiple sentences in the prison for his multiple fucking crimes. He's there right now. He is, because when he recanted his testimony to the news outlet in Iceland, he bragged about the fact that because he had wrangled immunity from the FBI, he went on to commit more crimes because he probably thought, hey, look, I can just rat on some people, make some shit up, get some more immunity and go do this shit again. Why wouldn't he? Why wouldn't you take advantage of the FBI like that if you were a fucking sociopath? Why wouldn't you? I say that to say this. It is very, very likely that Julian Assange is going to get actually extradited, or at least the attempt will be made. And we're going to need people pissed off about it. We're going to need people, especially in Northern Virginia, start talking to motherfuckers, poisoning that jury pool, jury nullification, motherfuckers. I want to spoil the trial. You don't get any sort of a hearing in espionage court. The public right to know, that's not a defense in espionage court. His occupation as a publisher doesn't come into play in espionage court. It is, were the papers? Did you print the papers? Get on the train with the refuseniks? Yeah. Case closed. Justice. It's weird, man. I got earbuds in. You can still hear my dog chewing his ass. It's awesome. Awesome. Dude, really? There was something. Oh, yeah, that's right. In light of the fact that there are national security goons all over every network, and staying in this case with NBC, Sleepy Josh threw this at us the other day, and I did not bring it up yesterday on the Sunday show. I want to make sure that we get, because this is some wild shit. Hey, guess what, guys? Here's why you probably don't need to rely on a VPN anymore. Widespread use of encryption has made public internet connections far less of a security threat, say cybersecurity experts. Go fuck yourself. VPNs, or virtual private networks, continue to be used by millions of people as a way of masking their internet activity by encrypting their location and web traffic. But on the modern internet, you guys, most people can safely ditch them thanks to the widespread use of encryption that has made public internet connections far less of a security threat. Most commercial VPNs are snake oil from a security standpoint. That's not incorrect. There are a ton of good VPNs, though. It's just most of the ones that you hear advertised on people's podcasts are, in fact, crap. So if you're gonna go with a VPN, hit up Sleepy Josh. Hit up an Anon. Don't use a VPN through an email service. Don't use a VPN offered to you by a social media website. At any rate, this is trying to keep it strictly into the confines of public Wi-Fi. This is not okay. They're trying to pretend like the HTTPS in front of your web address is going to be enough to provide you with the security that you need. And they're talking about this in terms of someone trying to hack your shit at a coffee shop. Look, dude, VPNs are about maintaining an extra layer of anonymity while you're on the internet. There is there's no security as such. There's operational security. There are steps you can take to help anonymize and protect yourself on the internet. But at no point are you, totally safe or secure. But yes, please use multiple layers of encryption and protection if you're able to do so always. unless you're completely shut out of a website, which I hate, by the way. I hate not being able to log into a website. If I cannot do so on that VPN, make sure I have the earbud thing right. That is insanity to me. Why would you do that? Why? Staying in the northern hemisphere and I guess privacy or operational security, it came out recently that up north in Canada, like we told you when they announced it the first time, in the run up to the announcement, we told you that this was going to happen. Fuck, man, Burmis has been raging about the track trace database society for fucking almost 20 years, man. Almost 20 years. Canada's Public Health Agency admits it tracked 33 million mobile devices during lockdown. You don't say. And they dumped this news on Christmas Eve too. Lots of stuff just sort of into the ether on Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, New Year's Eve. Not so much New Year's Day. Lots of people were at home trying to figure some shit out. The Public Health Agency of Canada accessed location data from 33 million mobile devices to monitor people's movement during lockdown. The agency revealed this week. No shit. Due to the urgency of the pandemic, FAC collected and used mobility data such as cell tower location data throughout the COVID-19 response. That means it's ongoing. They're still locking people down. We showed the clip that Bury Oaks put up on New Year's Eve. The curfew in Montreal is in effect. The coronavirus only exists in Montreal, Canada, from the hours of 10 p.m. to 5 a.m. and only for the unvaccinated. The vaccinated are free as long as you have your papers. The vaccinated are free to roam Montreal. You can get drunk and fuck behind a dumpster. As long as you're boosted, no harm will come to you if you have that QR code. However, if you left your phone at home, you are now a disease vector open to all illnesses and responsible for the deaths of anyone that you were in a 12-kilometer radius of. Oh, and by the way, we're tracking your every movement. Yak used the location data to evaluate the effectiveness of public lockdown measures and allow the agency to understand possible links between movement of populations within Canada and the spread of COVID-19. Tracking and tracing you, plugging it in to a multi-jurisdictional agency computer. Yeah, privacy advocates raised concerns to the National Post about the long-term implications of the program. I think the Canadian public will find out about many other such unauthorized surveillance initiatives before the pandemic is over and afterwards. David Lyon, author of Pandemic Surveillance and former director of Surveillance Study Center at Queen's University, said in an email. Lyon warned that FAC uses the same kinds of reassuring language national security agencies use. For instance, not mentioning possibilities for re-identifying data that has been de-identified. In principle, of course, cell data can be used for tracking. Mobility data analysis helps to advance public health objectives, said the FAC spokesperson. The findings have been regularly shared with provinces and territories via the Special Advisory Committee to inform public health messaging, planning, and policy development. Data is also used for the COVID Trends portal, a dashboard that provides summarized data of movement trends. Yeah, that is people tracking your every move and logging it without your consent. I can most likely do this story on YouTube. Do I have any clips at all? Yes, I do. We could do this. You want to go down memory lane a bit, friends and neighbors? Hobbsa, thank you very much, brother. Appreciate it. Let's see one more time. I have Instagram on one phone and I check it like twice a week. I hate Instagram. I fucking hate it. If somebody wants to volunteer to manage a Slow News Day Instagram account, post content, fucking, and like hit me up directly if there's something like, hey, dude, you should probably really see this. SND show at protonmail.com. Fucking, I'll find a way to compensate you. Fuck. I want to be on I don't want to be on any of this shit, dude. I want to be on social media. Not really. I signed up for a fucking Getter account yesterday just to have another spot to dump content because I have a fucking like 14,000 follower account on Twitter and I'm shadow banned to hell and gone. Fucking, yeah. Yeah. That's where it's at though. That's what I'll fucking at some point today grab my phone and check Instagram home. I will. I'm bad at it. I don't want to be there. I don't fuck with it. But yeah. Somebody who wants to do social media team management for Slow News Day, let me know, dude. Let me know. We'll make it happen. We'll find a way to take care of you. Anywho, going back to this crazy shit. Representative Steve Cohen from Tennessee, one of the blue Congress critters in Tennessee. Look, man, they're turning this shit into like tragedy porn and false flag riot and fucking they're really gonna try and milk it for the January 6th stuff. They really are. That's why it's so important that you guys are ignoring all of that noise and hanging out with the people who were there to observe on it, to report on it, who didn't have a political dog in the fight, who didn't, slap on a fucking MAGA hat and a fucking pair of brand new titties and go shake it for Donald Trump. No, nobody who thought that Donald Trump was, the devil or any of that shit. The unique, heretofore unheard of threat to American democracy. You had fucking a bunch of feds and like a handful of yokels in the Capitol. After you fucking like assassinated murdered a chick. Ashley Babbitt, rest in peace. Murdered her in broad daylight. Unarmed. Didn't have to shoot her. That's what you're trying to turn into worse than 9/11 or like the greatest attack on American soil. That's it. Bro, I was at the JW Marriott on January 5th. Everybody was hammered. I mean, granted, it was like 1 o'clock in the morning, but I mean, they're fucking hammered, dude, having fun, hanging out. There were like 3 fucking late night counter protesters in front of the JW. It was hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. At any rate, Convo Couch was there. They had their footage stolen by a number of news networks. Jason Burbis, what do you guys know? There are a ton of fucking people there that were there not with a dog in the race. So I'd highly recommend, because we're all going to be making the rounds this week to try and de-crazy some of this, that if you see that content, please share the content. Even if you got too much shit on, you can't pull up for it, at least get it out there and disseminate it, because there's a fucking insane narrative going on around this from the people in Congress, from the people who are, like, I guess going to be at least putting their name on whatever domestic terrorism legislation. Reichstag, motherfucker, Steve Cohen. I'll be in Washington Thursday to commemorate and memorialize the Trump attempted coup against our nation. He was behind the attack and attempted to take over our election, our Constitution. Never again. Wake up, America. It was a wake-up call. The burning of the Reichstag. You fucking mook. Really? Tell him to call off his Revolutionary Guard. His Revolutionary Guard. This is a Democratic Congress critter from Tennessee who is referring to buffalo hat guy, dude armed with a camera, dope smoking flag waver, baked Alaska, and Nick Fuentes. That's your revolutionary. Go fuck yourself, Steve Cohen. Go fuck yourself. Are you really that much of a pussy, or is this just some obvious fucking lying ass bullshit? Steve Cohen, call off your Revolutionary Guard. That's almost as weak sauce as AOC pretending to be murdered. Almost. Poor AOC. She's really going through it. All Sandy wanted was to get away for a little bit. Sandy from the Bronx needed to slip out, catch a drink, dance a little bit, and just not have to wear the stupid fucking face diaper, perform for all the idiot fucking progressives that are still, for some god retarded ass reason, throwing money at this fucking mule-faced broad. She gets caught a couple of different times. Once with an adrenochrome, twice, second time, I guess, dancing, I don't know, at a party. Man, and people are mad at her. Don't be mad at Sandy. Sandy's just trying to fucking live her life, dude. Be mad at yourself for thinking that a fucking cloth mask was ever going to do a goddamn thing for you. Yeah, we know, Hamza. We know. Sandy's from a prep school. Sandy had a rich daddy. Sandy got her tuition to fucking Boston College paid for. Boston College is fucking expensive, dude. She also went to the CIA's favorite fucking School of International Relations there, where they recruit fucking all kinds of people. Then did a fucking internship for Kennedy. Yeah, no, dude. Sandy, not from the streets. We've been through all of this. I have no idea what the hell you're even talking about. No clue. At any rate, they fucking yeah, let me come back to this, because I don't know if you were listening like 3 minutes ago when I said it's important to talk to the people who were there and on the ground for this, so that you don't buy into the media nonsense. That's where we were at. Yep, it was. So when we left the Capitol, I did a podcast with Zach Brown, the Unfit Statesman. Like immediately after, like fucking, walked in the door, rolled the joint, got on the podcast. And I told them then, yo, dude, I just watched a fucking false flag go down in real time. This was a real life fucking psyop that I was like standing on the ground watching. And I told them about everything that I saw. And I made sure to say that I can only speak to what I saw. I don't know what else went down. I have friends who were there reporting in a journalistic capacity. We will get together and talk about it. And we did, and we have, and we'll do it again because it is important to set the fucking record straight on this shit. Let's see. Did I have? Dude, what the fuck is wrong with you? Stop. Really? Oh, you're a dick. Well, I can't access that website anymore. I'm not gonna pull it up just to this is funny. Okay, so Canada is now in the election interfering business for our safety and for our sake because they care about us. Because they care. They do. This is a funny shit. It is. From the Globe and Mail, Canadian national news outlet. Oh, yeah, no, okay. I was open yesterday, motherfucker. I do the show prep in advance. The article was up. At any rate, it's this fucking triple-chinned idiot trying to make the case for Canada to help step in and secure U.S. elections, much in the same way that the U.S. predator class stepped in to fortify the 2020 election. Fortify. I think at this point I should probably do the rest of the show over on the Rockfin. Let's see. Yeah, let me do that. Much love to everybody over on the YouTube for being a part of the show, for hanging out, for watching. Please check us out over on platforms where we are not punished for free speech or critical thinking. Yeah, love the hell out of you. We are on Rockfin, Odyssey, DLive, Twitter, and Twitch. Got like 12 followers over on Twitch, so we still have a channel over there. I never advertise it. We don't play video games. I think I'm okay. At least for a minute. At any rate, see you over there, guys. Much love.